Hey guys, Katie Heller here with kidscanreadandwrite.com, and today I want to talk to you about how to help your struggling child with letter formation. So a lot of times when we're teaching our kids to write the letters, even if we're thinking we're being really good about teaching them, they just don't get it. So I want to show you some ways to really help your child, especially if he or she is struggling to write the letters. One thing, you want to make sure their little fingers are getting strong enough. So playing with Play-Doh or doing other things that require finger manipulation can help. But also, more than likely, there's probably a processing issue going on and they're just having trouble seeing what you're doing, and you're going to need to slow yourself down so that their processors can follow what you're doing, okay? So let's talk about how to help them write the letters of the alphabet. So if you want to teach your child how to write neatly, how to just form the letters, it's a good idea to have that handwriting paper that has the little lines in the middle so that your child can really see where the tall letters are supposed to hit, where those short letters are supposed to hit, and really have that bottom guide. If you're having them write on just blank paper, expect the letters to be as big as the page. I don't know why kids love to fill up a page. So if you give them a blank sheet of paper, they're going to write huge. If you give them notebook paper and tell them right between these two blue lines, they're going to write much smaller. It's amazing what they can do when you give them guides. So you can start with the lined primary paper, and that's going to really help because it shows them this dotted line, and so they can really see the size of the short letters. But here's what you need to do, because even if you're having them write with those lines right now, they might be having trouble seeing exactly what you're doing, and even though you're showing them on the lines, they might not be writing there. So here's what you do. So if I want to show them how to write a capital A, I'm going to say, okay, first of all, I might show them a picture so they can see what we're making to make sure they have in their mind what it is we're about to make. Because remember, if they're just learning letters and sounds, or they just recently learned them, they might not be that easy to pull up, especially if your child has processing issues, visual processing, visual memory, any of that. So if I want them to write a capital A, I'm going to say put your pencil or whatever they're writing with on that top line. And I might even put a dot on their paper where I want them to touch. But I'm going to say touch that top line, okay? And then I'm going to say slide down, give them a visual. Slide down and touch the bottom line. And then I'm going to say, put your pencil or whatever they're writing with at the top again. And slide down the other way. And if I need to, I can even make this A for them. But let's talk about that in a second. Let me go ahead and cross it in the middle. So you say cross it on that dotted line. So if I need to, I can write this on their paper first of all, and show them start here, drag or slide down to the left, slide down to the right, and cross it in the middle. And I can show them ways to remember that, like, look, it's kind of like a tent with a line across it, or whatever it looks like to you, a mountain, and somebody walked across the middle. Give them some way to think about it as well as write it. So here we go for the small A. I'm going to say, all right, did you know that the tall letters are able to go all the way across the street? See how it looks like a street and there's that dotted line in the middle? Well, the tall letters are old enough. They're allowed to go all the way across the street and come back. But the little letters, they try to cross like the big ones, but the mama calls them back and wants them to come right back to where they started. So when we write the small A, he tries to cross the street. We're going to start him right at that middle because he is not allowed to go past that middle. The small letter is going to start there, and then you're going to make a circle. Remember, come down, 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 touch. Mama said come home, so they touch home, and then they want to go back to where they came from. So Mama said you cannot go past halfway. You better come back. And just tell them the story so they know, oh, he's not allowed past there. He has to come back. Make sure your child tags the line. It's really important they learn to tag this line and not just get close to it. Close to it makes the letters jump. Tagging it puts them right where they need to be. And then tell them, okay, put your pencil back on that middle line and go straight down beside the circle. This is how we're going to teach the kids. We're going to be very, very explicit. Put your pencil on that top line. We're going to do capital B now. Show them what it looks like. All right, are you ready? We're going to do the line part first. We're going to go from the top to the bottom. We're going to tag it. Ready? Go down, 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 down. Tag that bottom line and stop. Don't go past it. He can't swim. This is like the water underneath. He can't swim. Don't go past it. All right, now go back to the top. Notice I'm using words top, bottom, middle, because I want my child to know these words and know what they mean too. So go back to the top. This time we're going to do the top belly part. And I'm going to kind of give them a preview to see what I'm going to do. It's going to look like a P. See? Now I'm going to put the bottom belly. This is like the belt on the B. And it's sucking in his belly a little bit. But notice how I don't go under that line. I'm just going to talk my child through it. For small b, do you know if he's tall or if he's short? Make sure they know. Oh, he's tall. Yes, he has that tall stick. So we're going to start at the top. Ready? Here we go. Go all the way down and tag that bottom line. As soon as they tag it, tell them stop. Now we're going to do the circle part. We're going to come tag. Don't go any further. Mama will get mad. Come back home. And there we go. We're just going to talk through each letter. So when we get to capital C, say, do you know if it's tall or short? It's a tall one. It's a capital. So you're going to start right under the top line. You're going to tag the top line. Come around, tag the bottom line. And then you can help them. You know, for any of these that they need help with, you can always write them down and then have them trace them. You can start that way. You can also practice just making the motions in like sand, or you could put shaving cream on a table. You could do it in the dirt. You can make this more exciting. I'm going to attach a download that you can get that has worksheets for tracing some of the letters and then writing it on their own. So if you want paper and you want your child to do it with paper and pencil or markers or colored pencils or whatever, copy that, print it out, use it, enjoy it. That's a little freebie. It'll be in the comments. But you can also use all those other things to start the letter process, the formation. But at some point you need to get them writing on the line. So that's why I'm going to attach that download for you. So you can have them practice on lines, because it's really important that they learn to get the letter sizes correct. Now, another thing that's important is that you really help them learn which ones are tall letters and which ones are short. And let them know everything is either tall or short. There aren't any other sizes. They either touch the top line or they touch the middle line. A few letters go under the line, but not many. So you have to really make sure they know which ones go under, which ones don't. So let's see, if we're teaching D, we would say touch the top line. Notice how I start at the top for almost all the letters. I'm going to go straight down, tag the bottom line. Stop, don't go past the bottom line. And then Big Daddy D, go back to the top and do his big old belly. And I'm just going to talk through the letters like this so they have something to remember them by. All right, for the small D, we start with that small circle. So touch where the small letters go. Tag that bottom line as you go around. Now let Daddy climb up the ladder. Up, 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 up. And you can even draw Daddy's face in there to make sure they understand that the D has a Daddy's face first, and then he climbs up the ladder. If you want to draw little steps on there, you can. I like doing that for kids who have directionality issues because they mix up B's and D's so often. But you can do that or not do that, up to you. All right, so E, is it a tall or short letter? The capital is going to be tall, so touch the top. And go straight down, tag that bottom line. Don't go past it. And we're going to do top, middle, bottom. And you want to just make sure as you do the top, your child does the top. As you do the middle, your child does the middle. As you do the bottom, your child does the bottom. That way they don't forget what you said first. Okay, you have to give them a chance to do it with you. Don't race ahead and do 3 or 4 things. Do it slowly. Make sure they're following you and with you on it. So for the small E, this is one of the trickiest letters because it's one of the few that doesn't start at, right before the line. I guess you could do the C part of it first and then draw the line. But I always teach the kids, okay, this one you start with a line right in the middle of these two. Then you're going to go up, tag it, and around, tag it. Make sure they can make that. That's a tricky letter. It takes a little practice, so just give them time to get that one. All right, so then F, we're going to start at the very top, straight down, touch it. So you just want to walk through like this. Put a top one just going that way, then go to the middle, do the same thing. It's almost like the E, right? It has the top 2, but not the bottom. You want to point these things out. It's not very hard to teach kids how to write. Once they get the basic idea of it, it goes much, much faster and more easily. It's just not that big of a deal, but you have to learn to slow your instructions down. So with this small F, it's actually tall, right? They need to know that. And I always tell them it's the one that looks like a candy cane. So there's the candy cane, and then cross it in the middle. So that would be your F. So just remember, if you want to help your child with letter formation, main things, you need to teach them which ones are tall, which ones are small. You need to tell them there are only 2 sizes. Tall and short, right? Tall and short, big and small, whatever words you want to use, but there are 2. The big ones and the little ones, whatever words you want to use. And then make sure they're starting at the top of the letters and working their way down. And make sure they're not going past that line or past that line unless they're one of the special letters that goes under. So just, make sure you go through it slowly. That's the other big thing. And if they're having trouble making circles, well, practice, let them trace for a little bit. So on the download I'm going to include, there's a place where they can trace all the letters. And you could have them do it first in pencil, second maybe in colored pencil, third maybe in marker, and fourth maybe in crayon. You can have them go over and over it so they can get used to it. Or remember, you can get more creative and do it other places also. So it's totally up to you how you go about it. But they need to learn how to form these letters. So you could say like, oh, a G is basically a capital C. We're going to go up, touch the line, and then curve down, tag it. So it's basically a C, but you keep going up to where that dotted line is and then come across. And then for the small G, that's just the girl's face. Touch the lines just like you would for, all the other circle letters. And then you turn it into an A. So the line starts here, comes down here, and she grows her hair and curls it under her chin. So you can tell for the G, when I grow out the girl's hair, curl it under her chin. She gets to go under the line because she has really long hair. So you just give them little things, little ways to remember. Don't make it hard. Make it fun. Make it something, kids would enjoy. Talk in kid language to them. And as you go through, just keep talking about it. Touch that top line, stop at the bottom. Touch that top line, stop at the bottom. Cross in the middle. And show them how everything is touching the top and the bottom. Stop. Climb up, 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 and curve around. Come back home. Right? So just keep talking about the letters as you form them. Make sure you point. Talk to them as you do it. Tell them where you're going. Show them the pictures so they can visualize what you're about to make. Show them that when you make a mistake, you just correct it. It's not a big deal. For the little I, tell them, touch that little middle line. Don't go past it. Mama will be upset. Tag the bottom. The ice cream's falling off, so put that up in the air. So just, keep walking through all the letters with them. Give them a chance to do them, to get successful with it. Like I said, you can use the sheets that are attached. Just use them. I like the idea. Do pencil, colored pencil, marker if you want, crayon if you want, whatever you have that can kind of layer on top and layer it so they get some good practice tracing it. Then have them write on their own on the lines, still guiding them, telling them where to touch, where to touch with their pencil on the lines. Stay with them while they do it on their own and watch them and help them correct it. Once they are showing you that they can do it on their own without needing your guidance, then you can go do whatever you need to do and let them do it on their own. But don't just expect them to see you do it once and be able to do it on their own right away. Sometimes it takes time, especially if kids have any kind of learning disabilities, any kind of processing issues. They need practice and they need your support, and they need you to just be really patient and loving and kind and understand that this may seem really easy to you because you've been around a while and probably written a lot of letters in your lifetime, right? But they're brand new to this world practically. They've only been here, probably under a decade, and they're learning everything for the first time. So just remember, it's not as easy as it seems to us. Be extra patient. Take a deep breath if you feel yourself getting frustrated. And most of all, just have fun with your kids because they're cute little humans who need you and love you and look up to you. And you only have them little for a little time. Mine are all grown up now, and I miss that little cuteness, and you will too one day. So enjoy it. Even if it's a struggle, enjoy it. Have fun, because the memories they're going to take with them are going to be what you make them out to be. So if you make it stressful, they're going to have stressful memories of you. If you make it fun and happy, then those are the memories they're going to grow up with. So remember that as you work with your kids. Make the memories the ones you want them to have, not the ones you're going to be embarrassed for them to tell a therapist one day. So anyway, guys, if you have more questions, let me know. I'm going to spare going through every letter with you. But if you want me to go through all the letters, send me a comment, send me a message. Find me on either KidsCanOnlineAcademy.com or KidsCanReadAndWrite.com. Either one you can contact me through, and I hope this was helpful. I know sometimes it's just so frustrating when kids can't form the letters correctly, but sometimes we just need to go backwards, start over from the beginning, get that lined paper, and show them just step by step until they can remember it. And it may take a while, or it may be quick. Most kids I work with are very quick at getting this and understanding. Once I tell them there are 2 sizes of letters, tall and short, and they get the basic idea of how to form them, usually their handwriting, it gets amazing really quickly. So expect your kids to be able to do this. Expect them to be able to write beautifully, but then just also be super patient as they learn how to. It will pay off. So let me know if you have more questions. Download the freebie for letters, the handwriting sheets, whatever, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Bye.